Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Stand Together, another Stand Together. If you're watching the live, jump on, say hi, and let me know you're joining us live. If you're watching the replay, then give me a hashtag replay. Let me know in the comments. We always check those out. And thank you for so many people that have been tuning into this Stand Together. It's been blowing us away. How many of you guys have been watching the live and then watching the replay of this over the couple of days after them as well. So it's been amazing to see. So jump on. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Yeah, welcome to Sunday. Hope you are ready for a massive, amazing day today. And the sun's shining down here. It's 19 in Melbourne. Watch out. 19 in Melbourne. You have to stay inside, but it's 19 in Melbourne. That's all good. Hey, jump on. Give me a good morning. Welcome to Stand Together on a Sunday. Who's on today? Who is on today? Oh my gosh, so many of you guys jumping on today. Can't keep up with this. Sarah, Mel, Juma, Ash, Liza, Mateus. What's up, brother? Grania, good to see you. Gabrielle, Sam, Mel and Nick and Chris, good morning, more Mels, Boris, Amanda, Mia, Jules, Anthony, Louise, Yasmina, oh my gosh, so many of you guys. Good morning, D, good morning, everybody. Welcome, Shelley. Hey, Mary Chris. Hey, everybody, jump on, say good morning. Hey, welcome to another Stand Together. Stand together every morning, and I cannot remember what number we're up to, but I will remember when I post this for you guys. I'll remember. Hey, jump on. Good morning. Hey, Naomi. Good to see ya. Hi. Good to see you, Mama. Hey, everyone. Hey, good to see ya. Love to see some of you joining us from right around the world, plus here in Australia, hanging out with us as well on a Sunday morning, standing together, because that's all we can do right now. Listen, with all of the BS, all the drama, all the stuff, all the announcements, all the challenges, and none of it's fun, we know, but there's the number one thing we can do right now is we can stand together, have a bit of a group huddle like this, right? And then take the things we need to learn from this and get it there and fucking execute. That's what we need to do. And that's what we're going to be doing. That's what this is about. So thank you for joining me for this last 16 or 17 days, whatever it's been so far. And I've been really enjoying hanging out with you and sharing with you these things. And again, I haven't put an end date on this. I'm going to do this as long as I can, and sharing with you guys and being a part of this. I know you're taking so much from this, and it's amazing there's so many comments, and sharing this has been amazing. So many people enjoying us. And I just want to say thank you to all of you that have been watching it so far. I mean, we've every one of these, we've had, 10, 15,000 views for each one of these, and just on Instagram alone, let alone other platforms. So I'm really happy that we've been reaching hundreds of thousands of people, mainly in Australia, but of course right across the world for you guys that have been joining us in the last couple of weeks. So well done on being a part of this, and don't worry, we've got more to go. This is not a goodbye speech. We've got more to go. I want to add more in there for you as well. I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys. So hey, welcome to another Stand Together. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and I'm so glad you're taking so much from this, because this is the important thing right now. I tell you this, when you look back at these times, you're going to say, what did I do? Hey, what did I do? Did I really stand up and stand together? Did I stand tall and do the things that I needed to get done? Did I step up, or did I shrink away and say, oh, it's too hard? And there's all these things you can be annoyed about. Trust me, there's all these things you can be annoyed about. If you're annoyed, you have all the right to be annoyed. I'm sure you do, right? Whether you do get annoyed and make that part of your life and your routine or your day, that's your choice. I mean, there's things that I'm annoyed about too. Yeah, I want all of my businesses to be able to run uninhibited, and be able to have all my staff there, and be able to hug people and see people and do all these things, and go to restaurants and not be in lockdown. But you know what? End of the day, control what the things you can control. And one of the things I wanted to do today, I want to share with you, people always ask me about how I stay effective, right? And I want to talk about how I'm staying effective during these times. And I want to talk about how you can keep effective. during these times as well, and just give you a couple of things that I do to stay effective, and just a couple of things that I think of within myself. And it's actually about 5, right? You can write these down if you want to as you go, but there's kind of 5 things that I do to stay effective during these times, and just effective 24/7. In fact, this is not like a how do I stay effective during crisis. I want to share with you how I stay effective all the time, every day, all day, every day. What are the things that I do to stay effective? So the first thing for me that I do of the 5 things is I understand why I'm doing what I do, right? Or in other words, I call it my certainty, right? I'm really clear on what my certainty is, why I'm doing what I'm doing, what's the impact on me, what's the impact on my family, what's the impact on my business, what's the impact on the people around me. And the reason why this is really one of the first things that I think about is because it's the thing that keeps me the most focused and the most grounded, the most driven, because at the end of the day, even like complaining and getting annoyed and getting pissed off at the world or the government, is that going to serve my family? Is that going to serve my community? Is that going to serve the people that need to hear these messages? Is that if I just hopped on every day and just complained about stuff, is that going to serve you? If I complained, is that going to get my team fed, employed? Is that going to keep doors open? Is that going to keep bills paid? So for me, I focus on the things, I focus on why I'm doing this. And why I'm doing this, it has, a different meaning depending on what I'm doing. But why my businesses, because I've got people that are relying on me to make sure they're getting paid, right? To make sure they're getting a salary, to make sure that they can pay their rent, their mortgages. And we've got customers that are relying on us for our products and services. Within my family, I met my wife when I had hardly anything, and we've built a life together over many years. And I have a responsibility to my family to make sure that I'm there to deliver on the good, the bad, and the ugly, the times that are challenging. To do that, my children, I've got to be there for them. I mean, think how hard it is for us, but I don't know if you've imagined being a kid going through this, but for me, I think I would have enjoyed the first month maybe if I was being homeschooled, because I didn't like school. Actually, I fucking hated it, but I would have this is great, we're going to hang out. But then the not being able to hang out with your mates, not being able to hang out with your friends, that would have kind of sucked, because that was all I went to school for, right? So I've got to think about why I'm doing this, who I have to be a strong person for and deliver for, and to show everyone else why they're doing this. And for me, this is what it's about. Or for you, for some of you that I've never met before all around the world, some of you I've had the privilege of meeting, some of you I work with in some of our programs, or you've come to our flagship program, Empire Mastery, or you've gone beyond that. This is about knowing that I might not ever meet some of you, and I hope I do. I hope one day I do, and I've had the privilege of meeting a few of you when we're out of lockdown, and had said to me, "Thank you, Aaron. I tuned into every one of your, every one of your stand-togethers or rise-togethers or whatever you've been doing. I've been tuning in, and it's helped me so much." And look, I hope it is, and I hope it's helping the people that are relying on you. I hope it's helping the people that are relying on you in your life, the customers, the staff members, the family, whoever's relying on you to be able to stand together. I hope this is helping for them as well. So the first thing I do, right, of my 5 things to stay effective, is I think about why I need to do this, because it really jolts you back, doesn't it? If you kind of go, okay, well, why do I need to be effective? Well, here's why, right? Here's why I need to do this. And that's the important thing for me. That's the first thing I think of. Why am I doing this? And who's relying on me to be able to deliver, and why I need to do that, So to me, that's the important thing. That's my certainty. The second thing for me, my second thing of my 5 is my clarity. Now, clarity is about what I need to do, right? What's my game plan? Who is my mentor? Who are my people? Who am I speaking to? Who are the people that I need to be hanging out with? Who do I need to be listening to right now? Because there's enough idiots. There's enough naysayers. There's enough fucking drama kings and drama queens. There's enough people that aren't in, what I think about within my world, I think about my own circle, right? I think about my circle that's around me. And whether they be friends, family, whether they be customers, or whether they be students, or whether they be staff members, they're all in my circle, right? Whoever I'm close to anyway. And I've got to make sure that's protected. I've got to make sure that the right people are in there. So that's important around my clarity. Where am I going? What's the game plan? Are you spinning the wheels but actually not getting anywhere? Have you pivoted? Have you innovated? What have you done, and what are you constantly doing to keep effective? So the first thing I do is, why am I doing it? My certainty. Second thing is clarity. What needs to get done? What's my game plan? If you're sitting there going, "Whoa, what do I need to get done?" Maybe you need to get counsel. Maybe you need to get help. Maybe you need to get a coach or a mentor or somebody that's telling you what to do, that you believe in and that connects with you, and it's telling you the things that are actually working, and just fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? And get on with it, right? It's through these times of challenge that we all look to leaders more than ever before, and leaders don't have to be politicians. Leaders can be within our community. Leaders can be mentors. Leaders can be coaches. Leaders can be advisory board members. Leaders can be a friend that, gives us a lot of their time to show us what needs to get done. You got to lean into the group that are around you, and you're going to make sure that you're there and be a part of it. And then you've got to get the game plan. You've got to get the game plan about how to become effective, because people are making exceptional amounts of money and they're staying exceptionally happy and they're doing exceptionally cool things over COVID. And you've got others that are doing the exact opposite. So there's clearly something in this thing when it comes to getting a game plan and staying around the right people, right? There's clearly something in this, right? You can't deny it, because it's being effective and it's getting results, right? So the second thing is about your clarity. The third thing for me, the third thing I do with my 5 is I manage my construct, right? And what I mean by that is I've got to manage my thoughts. I've got to capture those thoughts that are coming in my head that maybe aren't serving me. I've got to think about that, and I've got to say to myself, okay, so what am I focusing on? I've got to think about the kind of meaning I'm taking out of the things that are happening right now. So what's my construct, my brain? What are the things I'm focusing on? Is it serving me? Am I doing the right things to be able to serve me in my emotions, spiritually, emotionally, mentally? So I think about my construct. Am I actively focusing on my construct? So far we've talked about why I'm doing it, what I need to get done, and my construct, my mindset, right? My construct of why I'm doing it. I think about these and I work on these all the time to keep myself effective in and outside of crisis. It doesn't matter, right? For me, I've worked on these things for years and years and years and years now, and so why this is important is because that when crisis hits now, or when crisis hits again in another, whenever, 5 years, 10 years, hopefully it's not for the Brisbane 32 Olympics, because that would suck for them, right? Just like Japan, but hopefully, you're ready. You're ready for whatever gets thrown at you, right? So that's important in terms of the third thing. The fourth thing is what I call conviction. Now, my conviction is all about making sure that I am in conviction with myself. I'm very clear about where I'm going. I'm speaking clearly. I am presenting to my team clearly. I'm keeping a strong outward representation of how I'm feeling inside. I am not just being clear on my messages, but making sure that I'm really rallying the troops in my business, or I'm being there for my mates, or I'm, being there for my family. So having very strong conviction and congruence and conviction within myself, that's a really important thing I think about as well. Like, I make sure that I'm looking after my state. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making sure that I'm doing the right things. If everyone sits there for half an hour and thinks about all the things that they hate about the world right now and what's not going well, guess what? You start to feel shit. You start to feel terrible. You start to feel crap. You start to feel not great. I mean, if anyone sits there thinking about bad stuff for a long time, that's how you start to feel, right? So the conviction is important about changing your state and looking after how you are presenting to the rest of the people in the world that need you right now to be able to step up, because we're all leaders. You're watching this, you're a leader, whether you like it or not. Doesn't matter. Whether you see yourself as leader or not, you are watching this, because I guarantee you, unfortunately, the majority of the population, they are not watching this or anything like this by other people. Not that anyone's doing much out there these days. I see everyone's kind of gone into their shell. But the thing is, this is what you need. This is what you need to do. You need to have conviction in who you are and what you do, and change that state of yours. And finally, my fifth C of this would be courage. Courage, by definition, is doing the things that it's doing anything without knowing the end result, right? it's doing anything without knowing the end result. So if you're doing anything right now without knowing the end result, then welcome to being courageous. Welcome to courage. That's what courage is. I mean, if you're only doing things because you know exactly what's going to be the outcome, well, that's not how courage works. That's not how life works, right? Courage is courage to know that things might get harder. You know, things might get better. Courage is to know that whatever happens, you'll be okay. Courage is to know that this is the time you need to be able to step up. You know, courage to know that this too shall pass. Courage to know that this is life and it's a cycle. And courage to know that you'll be okay. You know, we'll all be okay. And that's the important thing as well. Certainty, clarity, construct, conviction, and courage. They're things that I do to stay effective. I think about these things. I work on these things. I activate these things. I don't just, go, oh, that's cool. I'm going to write that down and do nothing about it. I go, okay, they're things I'm going to actually actively pursue every single day to keep myself in the game and to keep myself focused, right? And right now, you do have to be courageous. You do have to take action not knowing what the end result's going to be. Some of you are having to go out there and get loans to look after your business and go, well, I don't know how I'm going to be able to make this up, but I'm going to find a way. Or you're having to make decisions on letting team members go or keeping team members on, or you're having to make decisions about starting businesses or growing things or trying different things. That's being courageous and stepping up for yourself and for your family right now. You don't always know the end result. In fact, a lot of the time we like to be stopping and thinking and waiting for this like ultimate time to do something till we can see the result. It's like we only want to run when we see the break in the waves and we can see the absolute clear path, and that's when we're going to go for it. But the reality is that you've got to have the courage to get in the water. You've got to have the courage to jump out there and do something. You've got to have the courage to do the things that you need to do right now to stay on top of your game, to be successful, to be there, and to step up right now. And that's what's important. That's what's important right now, is that you need to have courage. And I think if we can keep that, of those 5 things that I gave you, those 5 C's, if we can keep that as our mantra for staying effective, we'll stay effective. We'll stay effective. And when we're staying effective, we're going to actually get somewhere. We're going to do some cool things. Does that make sense? You have the courage to just keep going, even when it's challenging. And I know it's challenging for a lot of people. You have the courage to stand up. You got to have the courage to work on your construct. You've got to have the courage to have conviction. You've got to have the courage to think about why you're doing it. You've got to have the courage to do all those things, because right now it's a bit of a shitty time. I know. And I know that people are feeling it. I know you guys are tuning in live. You guys are watching the replay. Clearly this is needed right now. And I'm proud to be a part of it for you. But the reality is that you have to be the one that's courageous. You have to be the one that's holding yourself in that focus of where you need to be. And that's what is important about these 5 C's. Being courageous, I think, is the most important of all of them, because that's doing the things that need to get done even when you can't see the end result. And right now, that is what everyone needs to do right now. We're fingers crossed we're going to come out of this. We're going to come out of this in a day or a week or whatever. We're fingers crossed once we hit to certain percentages, we'll be fine with it. You know what? No one knows. All we can do every day is we can stay effective. Because what I'm sharing with you now, how I stay effective, what I'm sharing with you just now, I worked this out maybe 10, 11 years ago, and this has been my thing ever since. It's been my thing ever since. I've done this ever since. And of course, I teach this in a much deeper way when I'm in front of you and I get to hang out and we get to have even deeper change. But right now, you need to focus on the things that you can control, and you need to be able to focus on your certainty, your clarity, your construct, your conviction, your courage. That's an important part as well. Make sense? Hope you're taking something from that today on this Sunday, and we can take something out of this. Yeah, absolutely, team. So trust the fucking process. Here, more than ever before. More than ever before. Am I wearing it today? Of course I'm wearing it today. Always fucking wear it today. Bang, right there. Hey, listen, questions? You guys got questions? Let me know. Because you know what I'm doing on a Sunday. You know there's going to be some pancakes being made. Don't even muck around like that. You know that's happening. Hey, get any questions for me? Could be about what I've spoken about today. Could be about anything. This is your time. as you would know, for those of you that hung around for a long time, I don't always get to hang out and do these live streams like this, right? But for you, I'm doing it. So questions. What questions do you have for me? What questions do you have for me today? What questions do you have on what I've shared with you today, or things that might be able to help you as well? What are the things that are going to help you guys stay on this Sunday, on this stand together? What is it going to be? Hey, what question you guys got? Let's start to get some scrolling. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm loving you guys. Loving this. Love this. Love this. And loving all you guys. Loving hanging out. Let's keep spreading this word, huh? More people need to hear. It's okay, and they're going to be okay. That's what a lot of people need to hear right now. But they need a system to follow. This is a system to follow. This is a process to follow, huh? Love that, right? So get any questions, go and pop those questions in, and let's do it. Okay, what do we got? How do you approach international partnerships? Major things to look out for, bear in mind. Yeah, so Mandy, there's a couple of things about it. So I'm going to give you the short version. I'm going to tell you where to go to get the longer version. So I don't know if you have access to this, but I've got a little short course called Scale with Aaron Sansoni. And if you DM me, I can give you the link for it, and I actually talk about doing global business and global partnerships and all the things that I did wrong when I did it. So that will give you the full proper insight about how you scale internationally and what you do around partnerships. So DM me if you want, and I'll send you a link for it to have a look at that. It's an on-demand course too, so you can grab it and then watch it whenever you want to. It's actually part of a set of these other courses that I do. The one thing I can kind of give you in this time, because that's like a 4-hour course, have great partners that you're working with over there. That's probably one of the things I can give you. When I failed internationally around my partnerships, probably my biggest failure internationally was China. And I thought I knew everything, and everything starts off with I thought I knew everything, right? And I went into China, and we were doing some partnerships over there, and just the whole deal was just completely fucked. It was just, we had the wrong partners there, we got screwed over, so that was not great. And so, yeah, I would say for sure, make sure you get great partners that are either here, that understand what they're doing there, or they're over there and they're connected with you, and they're there to set the partnership up, but they're not from the partner. You know what I mean? Like, they're a third party there to be able to help you. But hey, DM me if you want to know more of that Scale course. Yes, absolutely, Pina. It's good to teach a team right now. Give the team your tools. You got to pass these tools on. I'm passing them on to you. Tools that I use, I'm passing on to you. Pass these on. How do you stop constant pestering for... I don't see the rest of that, Chris. Maybe put the rest of it in for me and I'll answer it for you. There you go. There's a Scale course. Click on that one. She's all over it. She's all over it. Yeah, it's a great one. How do you, thanks, Chris. How do you stop constant pestering and whinging from staff? Look, with staff, I think that one of the things you need to do with your team members is they need to get a reality check, and they need to get some perspective. Now, it's easy to say that, but I think one of the things you need to do is you need to start by building that into the team. So if I give you a tip on that, I would not say, hey, get some perspective. Don't be so fucking ungrateful, I'm paying you, even though you want to say that. What I will say is, why don't you start by this? Why don't you start off, and every time someone starts their shift in your cafe, how about every time that either with the manager or with you, the first thing they do is they share with everyone in the team 3 things they're grateful for in their life. 3 things that they're grateful for in their life. I wonder if that would start to give them some more perspective. What are you grateful for right now? Let's see if they're going to complain after they start thinking about this. I'm grateful that my family are here, and I'm not trying to get them on a plane out of a country like Afghanistan right now. That's what I'm grateful for. And so everyone else that's getting shitty about that, I go, well, you know what? Things could be worse. Count your fucking lucky stars. That's what I'm grateful for. And for those of us that have either come from countries or have our family that have come from countries, you understand that. My father had to flee the war in Sri Lanka when they came over, left everything, had to flee the infighting and leave everything behind and come to this country. My mother, she came from Ireland, so she didn't have to go through the same thing, but she had to hop on a boat and sail over here over many, many, many days. But I know what it's like. My family had to come over. One side of my family had to come over with nothing. My wife, she came when she was 2. Her family came over with nothing. The Eastern Europeans have to build their life up from scratch. Gratitude. It's important when you keep that in perspective. And again, you're right. There's lots of things you can bitch and complain about. I hear you. But should you is the question. But by the way, Chris, that was just a reframe. I created a reframe for your team, so they get out of the the mindset of the bullshit that holds them back. Yeah, my father's Sri Lankan. Yeah, he was born there. 3 or 4 generations there, and then goes back to Italy. I'm not Italian. Although Italians make beautiful food. Yeah, grateful is an important part of it. Totally. Love that. When we reopen, do you think the no jab, no job will be an issue in many sectors? Yeah, look, I think what's going to happen is I think that the government are not going to mandate vaccinations, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to mandate vaccinations and say you have to get vaccinated as an adult. But I think what they will do is they'll start to impose things like if you're going to be in a setting where you need to be close to people, you need to be vaccinated. Ergo, if you go to a gym or a restaurant or something, they might decide to do it. In New York, they've already done this. So gyms, bars, restaurants, nightclubs, and something else, I can't remember. You have to be vaccinated to go to those. So I think that they'll do that. They'll have industries where they'll say, hang on, you have to be. Like they might say, if you want to go on an airplane, you need to be vaccinated. They're not mandatory saying you have to get vaccinated. They're saying if you want to fly, you need to get vaccinated. So that's the reality that's going to happen. But our kids have to have measles, mumps, rubellas to go to school. There's things that we do every year as well. In terms of getting vaccinations all the time as well for ourselves. We have to do them every year. So I think it eventually, when people have some distance between this, it'll become just part of the norm that we add this vaccination to all the other vaccinations that you get every year. Love it. Yeah, love that. Great feedback from you guys too. Yeah, they have been. Yeah. Well, my family were not rich Irish as well, Grania. So they've been through it too, right? Hey, so listen, hope you guys have had a great morning with me this morning on a Sunday. I've enjoyed hanging out with you. And hey, let's see if we can focus on those things today. And again, go and share this, go and post. I love seeing getting so many people that have been posting this on Instagram and tagging me in it and doing videos, and it's been cool to see. So keep that up and keep focusing on that. Control what you can. Focus on those 5 C's I gave you, and let's keep kicking butt. Let's keep focusing on things that we can. And let's have an amazing Sunday. Whether the sun's out where you are, whether it's not, let's appreciate that we're above ground. We can breathe, and this too shall pass. We'll all be okay. Let's keep kicking some butt. Enjoy your day. And time for me to go and make and eat some pancakes. Much love to you all.